Hello, this is Stephen Errante with a preview of the Wilmington Symphony Orchestra's April 15th concert, which we're calling Classical Connections. The border between popular music and so-called serious music has always been permeable, certainly in the practice of a lot of familiar European and American composers. The first half of our concert zigzags along this border in three-quarter time, starting with the German dances that both Mozart and Beethoven wrote not for the concert hall, but for the ballroom. Notice the steady 1-2-3 beat and regular phrases that work well with formal dancing. Mozart dashed off many sets of these dances to earn a little extra cash. All of them are in three-part form with contrasting middle sections, followed by a return of the main tune. Beethoven also wrote sets of German dances for both piano and orchestra. We're hearing the composer of 9 monumental symphonies writing some dance tunes for a masked ball to benefit the Society of Fine Artists Pension Fund. In the middle section, Beethoven even includes the Turkish instruments that were so fashionable in Vienna at the time. The members of upper-class German society disapproved of the proximity of dancers during these German dances, but they were thoroughly scandalized when the more racy waltz came on the scene. Also in three-quarter time, but often swifter and more flowing, the waltz became quite popular in the later 19th century, often accompanied by a full symphony orchestra. The Wilmington Symphony will be offering Johann Strauss Jr.'s Roses from the South Waltzes, which has an opus number of 388, suggesting that Strauss Jr. wrote quite a lot of waltzes before this one. So far, we've been listening to music that leans toward the popular side, but the waltz twirled onto the grand opera stage with Der Rosenkavalier by Richard Strauss, no relation to the other Strausses. There are many sumptuous waltzes in the opera that range from sentimental to almost decadent. Richard Strauss's harmonic language goes beyond that of his namesake predecessors, sometimes changing key every measure. For the final work in our survey in three-quarter time, we'll go from the opera stage to Broadway in Stephen Sondheim's score for A Little Night Music. Almost every measure in the show is in some form of 3 beats to the bar. Sondheim's musical language is often more piquant than Strauss's, as in this waltz, which begins with a simple bass line. Horn chords clash with the bass in every other measure. The melody and the strings adds another layer of dissonance. And figurations in the woodwind section wind their way around the other parts. These chromatic twists in the melody and inner parts give the waltz a heavily perfumed luxuriance. Even the familiar "Send in the Clowns" divides the beats into 3s. Join us for Classical Connections on Saturday, April 15th in the Wilson Center.